In this episode, I'm going to talk about the battle of two wolves that we all face and how to win that battle. Check it out now. So I was thinking about this topic, the battle of two wolves, writing the Warrior Dad book, as well as I've had this battle going on in my mind for my entire life. You're facing that same battle. We all face that same battle, that battle of two wolves. And there's an old Native American Indian fable that goes, this young boy goes to his dad and says, I've got two wolves on each one of my shoulders, positive wolf, negative wolf. And he says, I don't know who's going to win. And his dad takes him to the tribe's wise men. He asks him the question, who will win? And he says to the boy, whichever one you feed the most. Powerful, powerful story, right? That positive wolf or negative wolf. Whichever one we feed the most will win that battle. And negativity is everywhere in the world, right? It is just everywhere. Where there is a void, negativity will fill that void. That is the battle we're facing. Plus, our minds are wired towards negativity, right? Anything that we encounter that is negative or perceived as negative is amplified 8 to 9 to 10 times more than the positive experience, emotion, thought. It's a negativity principle. That's the battle we are facing every single day. And I was writing my book and I was thinking about who the villain was kind of in my journey, my arc, and then who the mentor was. And it got me to thinking that the villain was myself. The villain was that negative wolf that feeds on self-doubt, that feeds on self-worth, right? That plays behind the scenes and had played behind the scenes in my world all through my teenage years, in my 20s, 30s, even in my early 40s. It wasn't just in the last 5, 6 years that all of a sudden I started to flip that script because I didn't know these things. They're not taught in school. They're not widely talked about in family circles. And I grew up in a heck of a family, but we didn't talk about, hey, negative wolf, positive wolf. It just wasn't well known back then. It's a battle we all face. So the villain was that negative wolf barking day in and day out that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worthy, just playing in my mind over and over again. You might be feeling that same thing on a daily basis, that trash, head trash that's going on, that voice that is whispering, holding you back, saying you're not enough over and over again. That negative wolf is barking because we haven't fed that positive wolf enough. Maybe we're leaving voids in our days where that negativity creeps in. So how do we start to help that positive wolf win that battle? And that's who the mentor was in my journey. All of a sudden I started to feed that positive wolf inside, right? We've got a villain, we've got a victor. Inside of us, we need to feed that positive wolf day in and day out. If you have voids, feed it with positive energy, whether it's exercise, whether it's meditation, whether it's listening to a personal development guru, whether it's listening to this podcast over and over again on repeat. You would be so surprised at how many times I either read a book or I find a video or a podcast that I really, really like. I listen to it over and over again. Why? I want to fill those voids. Many times, those voids are where negativity creeps in. We got to fill the voids with positivity. When you fill it with positivity, that positive wolf eats. That negative wolf starves. All of a sudden, those voices that you're not enough, that you'll never be successful, self-doubt, all of those things stop. They're still going to creep in from time to time. We can never put that negative wolf completely out of touch. Right? I was just reading a book called The Confident Mind. Talks about even the elite athletes, performers in the world still have moments where they get head trash. Right? I think that's a common misconception that we're going to starve that negative wolf and he's going to die. It is not the case. That's why it's so important to be consistent on a daily basis of feeding that positive wolf. Negativity is everywhere. News, social media, right? The radio. You can get complaining around you all the time. You've got to shut that out as much as possible. Feed that positive wolf day in and day out. You feel a void, a space. You feel that negative voice, negative wolf chirping in your ears. Hey, you better have a go-to YouTube video, go-to song, something that fires you up to feed that positive wolf and fill that void. Very, very powerful concept. You do that repeatedly, but then you also share that concept with your kids. That's the game changer. That's how we change family trees forever. That's how you can be that one dad that changes his family tree forever. Feed that positive wolf day in, day out. When you have a void, fill it with positivity. Don't let that negative wolf eat. I appreciate you watching, listening, tuning in. Dare to be uncommon. Love, lead, legacy. Create a legendary day. And I'll talk to you soon.